Hello and welcome to yet another edition of Trends with LJE, where we bring you the latest and developing stories in, across, Nigeria and Africa. I am John Nkamia. Now, as always, we implore you to do well to be part of our growing online community by hitting that follow button, like, share, and of course, remember that gives you an opportunity of being part of our growing online community right now on all platforms at LJE Nigeria. Joining me to dissect today's trending stories are Esther, Gracie, and Miriam, my female all-cast analyst and panelist. Ladies, thank you for being on this edition of Trends.
Thank you for having us.
Now, let's quickly run through our headlines for this edition of Trends. Land Wike wanted to take over was acquired 15 years ago. Lawyer. FCT minister's aide reveals that former Vice Admiral fell victim to scam and used military might instead of seeking help. Chief of Naval Staff visits disputed land after Wike officer face-off in Abuja. Wike bans Aegis staff from using mobile phones after viral clash with naval officer. Sowore denied entry into University of Abuja by school's management. And Fulani headsmen decry rising attacks, say they are victims of profiling and silent injustice. So, quickly, let's go to our lead story where Deji Adeyanju, a lawyer, in a video released on Tuesday, said that the land the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Yisom Wike, wanted to take over, leading to an altercation with Nigerian naval officers, was acquired by a firm 15 years ago. According to Adeyanju, the naval officer who led the others as AM Yerima for standing tall during intimidation by the FCT minister, Adeyanju said, though the military should not be protecting the property of anyone, but when dealing with people like Wike, in his words, and I quote, who take the law into their hands, who break the law at will, end of quote, things like that would continue to happen. He accused the minister of having taken over people's lands to give to his children and friends. He said the land is clear that you can not only revoke land in overriding public interest and not to collect it from one person and hand it to another. Adeyanju said the company that was allocated the land Wike wanted to take over, Santos Properties, got allocation for 10 hectares of land in 3 places, amounting to 30 hectares. He said a former chief of naval staff, retired Vice Admiral Awal Zubairu Gamba, then approached Santos Properties for a part of the land for his wife to build an event center, which was granted. Right, Esther, let me start with you. I know we've talked about this incident that has remained viral. Even today, I could hear public transporters still discussing the Wike matter. But looking at the facts that Adeyanju has brought to the table, that this land was acquired by a company 15 years ago, and the Admiral approached the company who had gotten the allocation for a piece of the land, which obviously they granted, doesn't this suggest that what Wike told the media and the general public may not necessarily be correct?
Yes, I believe so. I believe Wike did not go ahead to do his due findings before just come, because he feels like he can just come to you just because he's the minister of FCT and just take over a particular land because he wants to. So I feel he did not do his findings about that particular land, because seeing from a lot of evidence of people, they can tell that that land is legally owned. So Wike coming there to just want to claim it or do something, maybe he didn't do his
Miriam, now some school of thought suggests that Wike's antecedents is coming back to haunt him. We have seen cases, though alleged, we have seen ahead of cases of land being allotted to his sons, political cronies, and there are some suggestions that Wike wanted to do same. with this portion of land, and that's why he decided to turn it into some kind of media drama. I don't know. Does it seem that way to you?
Yeah, the thing is, we've heard situations or we've heard stories of Wike trying to take over people's lands and give it to his relatives or his friends or his sons. But the reason behind what played out yesterday, or the day before yesterday, sorry, is not really clear
To the
us.
public.
Yes. We don't know what started the issue or where it is coming from. Because Wike himself hasn't come out to give a press statement or make a comment to say, okay, this was what happened and this is why it's happening. So I think we just trying to fall back on hearsay without having our clear findings is not actually right. We should hear from this person and still hear from them, then now weigh and get our possible answers.
Gracie, how do you react to all of this? Adeyanju on one hand, Wike on the other, the retired Vice Admiral. I mean, these are the three, will I say, three players on the deck, as it were. How do you react to all of this?
I would just say what Wike is doing right now is exactly the problem with power in Nigeria. If truly the land is acquired 15 years ago, and now Wike is coming to claim the land or coming to get the land, then I would say, that is short of intimidation. Because let me say, leadership is not all about grabbing land or flexing muscle. It's about the protection of our rights. We know our rights. So if you say, let me say, if you claim to serve the country, the citizens, then all these things he's doing is not right. What Wike is doing is not governance, it's bullying with government power. So he should know that, yes. So he should know that nothing lasts forever. If Wike is the FCT minister today, tomorrow someone else will be the FCT minister. You don't know what the person will do to his children. You don't know what the person will still do to him. So he should focus on what he's doing, like the road in Abuja. Although he's trying on that aspect, he's doing the road very well. He should focus on doing that part and leave people's land alone. He should stop grabbing people's land and focus on the road, on Abuja road that he's doing. That is it.
Thank you, Gracie. Of course, power is transient, and the tables can turn at any time. Do tell us your comments and contributions. Remember, keep sharing the stream. Moving ahead, and in a related development, the Senior Special Assistant on Publicity and Communications to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Larry Olayinka, has alleged that the former Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awal Zubairu Gambo, was scammed in a recent incident, but chose to handle the situation using military influence rather than seeking help through appropriate channels. In a statement shared on social media, Olayinka claimed that instead of approaching the matter legally or publicly seeking justice, the retired naval officer resolved to using military might. To address the scam issue, the aide to the FCT minister criticized the alleged approach, describing it as an abuse of privilege and power. Now, according to Olayinka, incidents like this underscore the need for accountability among both serving and retired officers who still wield significant influence within the system. He stressed that such conduct could undermine civil institutions and the rule of law if not properly addressed. Let's hear Olayinka's comments.
How we got to that level. That particular land was allocated to a company in 2007, Santos Estate Limited, for park and recreation. Let me say this again. Allocated in 2007 for park and recreation. The company did not do anything on the land because that place is a parkway, it's a walkway, it's a road corridor. You don't build there. Then in 2022, the company wrote to the FCTA, the minister, oh, I want approval from you to convert the purpose to commercial. From park to build park. You know what park is and recreation, not permanent structures. probably in anticipation of the minister's approval for conversion. The man decided to partition the land, a land allocated to him for park and recreation. He now partitioned the land and sold to people, including the former chief of naval staff. And that is why I want to say here that the former chief of naval staff was scammed. He was scammed. And he has realized that he was scammed. Instead of him to now come out and seek help, he resorted to use military might. Now, in 2022, the Minister of FCT declined that request, did not grant the request for change of land use made by that company. That was where it ended. But he had already sold the land to people, probably giving them impression that the land use will change. Wike was not the minister then.
In 2022,
Wike was not the minister. Now,
well, the remarks come amid increasing tension between the FCT administration and some military personnel following series of confrontations in Abuja. Ministers, political analyst, and media aide Olayinka comments may signal the FCT's administration's broader push for discipline, transparency, and respect for civil authority in the FCT. They also point to a pattern of the administration taking a hard stance against actions that could threaten order or the credibility of government institutions. Meanwhile, the Nigerian public has reacted with mixed reactions, and while some commended Olayinka for speaking out against alleged misuse of influence, others urged caution, calling for the claims to be substantiated with evidence. Vice Admiral Gambo has yet to respond to the allegations. The FCT administration and the Nigerian Navy have also not issued official statements regarding the matter. One would expect, with the facts that Olayinka has put on the table, I'm not a lawyer, I don't hold brief, but it is evident that the FCT administration is still culpable. I mean, the approval was initially given to a company, the company requested to convert to commercial, and now, rather than deal with the main culprit, you are dealing with the people who the company had, in the words of Olayinka, scammed. Anyway, in a related development, the Chief of Naval Staff, Rear Admiral Aide Abbas, along with Lieutenant A.M. Yerima, visited the disputed land belonging to the former Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awal Gambo, retired. Now, recall that the Minister of the FCT, Wike and naval officer who led the others as A.M. Yerima, had a face-off on Tuesday, November 11, after Wike tried to stop an ongoing project on the said land on grounds that the land wasn't properly acquired. Now, Yerima stood his ground, preventing Wike and his entourage from gaining access into the parcel of land and stopping the ongoing project. Let's watch that video again. When we come back, we'll take a commercial break.
When you keep quiet, get the
Judge issues in this
I'm not a fool.
I'm not a fool,
You think
sir.
I shoot anybody like
Sir,
that?
I'm not
You
a
are the
fool.
fool. Who are you?
I am not a fool, sir.
As at the time I graduated, you were in primary school.
I'm acting on orders.
Take for
You
which
can't
order?
call me a fool.
I just you will see whether you will not be here.
Sir, you can't call me a fool.
Go and put up your
I'm an
hand,
officer.
put up
I'm not a fool, sir.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
an
with you.
officer.
I'm so corrupt. You will have killed everybody here.
No, we won't kill anybody. We won't kill anybody. We are acting on orders.
Go and develop it. Go and develop here. Let me see you.
Regular officer, you won't come and
We are going to get out. Go.
I'm not even seeing what is recording. Hello, sir.
Director press.
everything was acquired.
Aide staff from using mobile phones after a viral clash with a naval officer, and how Sowore was denied entry into the University of Abuja by the school's management. Do stay with us, and remember, keep sharing the stream.
Nigeria is at a turning point. Young people are rising, demanding change. If you believe in justice, strong leadership, and real reform, then it's time to take a stand.
At LJE Nigeria, we're not just observers, we're builders. We're tackling leadership deficits, advocating for justice reforms, and driving economic advancement for all.
As a volunteer, you won't just watch, you will be a part of it. You will gain access to powerful seminars, conferences, and mentorships from professionals who believe in your potential.
No matter who you are, whether you're a student, an entrepreneur, a professional, or someone who cares, there's a place for you here.
Network with passionate change makers, build skills, and step into leadership.
Join LJE Nigeria today. Let's lead with truth. Let's build with courage. Let's rise for Nigeria. Become an LJE volunteer today and be the change Nigeria needs. Follow all our social media handles for more details.
Thanks for staying with us. It's still Trends with LJE. And we move ahead with our next story, where as a result of the viral video you saw of the FCT minister and the face-off with the naval officer, the minister of the FCT, Barrister Wike, has officially banned the use of mobile phones by staff members of the Abuja Geographic Information Systems, AGES, and the Department of Land Administration. According to reports, the directive was issued following the viral video showing a heated confrontation between Wike and the naval officer, which drew massive attention and reactions across social media platforms. The minister's decision aims to improve discipline, enhance productivity, and ensure that government operations remains confidential and professional within AGES office. Now, Wike, who had maintained a firm stance on performance administrative procedures in the FCT, warned that the new directive would be strictly enforced and that defaulters would face serious sanctions. Now, this development is part of Wike's ongoing effort to restore efficiency and accountability within the departments under the FCT administration. Miriam, we've been given reasons, right? By the office of the minister to the FCT as to why he has decided to ban mobile phones. Do those reasons sound justifiable? I mean, as a Nigerian, I mean, ordinarily hearing that the minister has banned staff from using mobile phones in AGES, how do you react to that?
Anyway, he has given his reasons. He said they want to make things confidential and efficient. I know there are some parastatals in Abuja that you will go to, and before you get into offices, you have to submit
your phones.
Yes, at least I've experienced that a couple of times you get. So I think that is not a bad idea. But the thing now behind this is that we all know the main reason behind it. It is not what he is saying.
It's not what he's saying.
It is not, obviously, but let us just flow along, because this is just him trying to suppress people, intimidate people, bully people because he has power. Because we all know where it is coming from and not what he's saying.
Gracie, I mean, how do you react to this? I mean, will this stop Nigerians from seeing the truth? Will this stop videos, things that are to be hidden from getting to the limelight of the knowledge of average Nigerians?
It's not going to stop, because we have AI glasses. We have so many things that you can still use to do your videos if you want. So for him to ban agents from using mobile phone, I see it as misuse of power. Because instead of him to fix the root cause of what he's doing or what happened, he's saying he's punishing innocent people for his own embarrassment. So I don't see that as leadership. I see that as control. So he should, because we all know why he's saying they should stop using mobile phone. So we know that if it is where he's commissioning something, will you say they should ban something because he wants that praises? So now that they embarrass you, you are saying they should ban the mobile phone, when we know that if truly they want to video anything, we'll buy AI glasses and still watch you. So I see no reason for him saying that we should ban mobile phone. That is not transparency.
Okay.
So he should just retrieve that, or he should look for someone to be advising him, because I know that yesterday he was not. He was not thinking straight.
He's not thinking
he was
straight.
still saying, how can this small boy embarrass me like this? That's why he said, okay, they should ban mobile phone, but I don't think he should not punish someone for his own embarrassment. Let him fix it.
Okay.
Yes.
Esther, your thoughts. I mean, for a country that says, whose constitution says there's freedom of movement, freedom of expression, because when people film things and give their opinions, it's a form of expression. But now, under the pretext of professionalism, professional conduct, staffs of ages no longer can use their phones
While they are working. Because like Miriam said, the reason behind him doing it, that is
known to Nigerians.
Yes, it's already known. Because if we flip it, and let's say it was a good moment, and they videoed him like that, I think you even commend them for doing so. But now, because he was embarrassed, because the
video went viral, Nigerians are still talking about it.
Nobody is on his side. Most people are not on his side, rather. So he now resorted to banning their phones, and because he's angry, I feel he's actually angry, so he's acting out of anger.
All right, moving ahead to our next development, where civil rights activists, popular, well known to Nigerians, Omoyele Sowore, and he was also former presidential candidate, was reportedly denied access to the University of Abuja by the institution's management. Now, the incident occurred when Sowore attempted to enter the university premises for an undisclosed engagement. Now, according to reports, security personnel at the university gate stopped Sowore and informed him that they were acting on directives from the school's management. Although the exact reason for the restriction was not immediately stated, the development has sparked public debate, with many expressing differing opinions on social media. Now, Sowore, known for his activism and outspoken stance on issues of governance, democracy, and students' rights, has had previous interactions with institutions and authorities that often attracted public attention. His supporters argue that the restriction was unnecessary, while others believe the university may have been acting in line with its internal security protocols. Let's watch the video.
Of course, that's why I'm talking to you now.
Yeah, by the virtue of the information received from the authority,
yes,
the management,
yes,
that there is no proper permission of your visitation here. Like, there was no proper.
The student union did not take permission from them to visit. Yeah, you are going to deny me permission because you don't have proper.
We are not denying permission. The capacity. We are not denying you, but we are just trying to.
No, I'm calling the guy. He's not picking up. But I don't. This is a university. It's a public place. We are not supposed to be denied entrance to a university, public university.
You are a public figure.
Yeah. So, but who said that you should not allow me inside?
The management.
Who is the man? The vice chancellor?
The management of the university is a team. It's not a team.
Bring my phone. Offer me a chair. I make my calls now.
Well, as of now, the University of Abuja has not released an official statement clarifying the reason behind the decision to deny Sowore entry into the course. Meanwhile, Sowore has continued to express his comments and commitment to advocating for justice, transparency, and freedom of expression in Nigeria. The situation has further reignited discussions on the balance between institutional autonomy and the right to free movement and expression within academic environments. Well, that wraps it up for this edition of Trends. And my sincere thanks to my all beautiful ladies panel, Gracie, Esther, and Miriam. Ladies, thank you for your brilliant contributions as always to the show.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Now, don't forget to like and share at LJE Nigeria on all social media platforms to join the conversation and get updates on our next show. I am John Nkamyang. Bye for now.